Right, a pretty sad day for me. I had my first return. So far I sold probably over 20 cars. Never had a warranty claim, never had any problems with any of my cars. Now I sold this car, and actually, you know what, I'll give you the full story in a second. First, let's have a look at the car. So this is the car. It's the car that I bought from Mannheim. Is the one that had 7 previous owners, and is the one that you've seen in my previous video when I went to Leeds to collect the car. The car was driving spotless, no problems at all, no signs of any sort of problems. He had an inspection done by Ford. I think it was Ford Sheffield or something like that. Then I drove the car all the way from Leeds, which is about 3.5–4 hours. Then my local garage done an inspection check. The only thing that the car needed was 2 new tires, and it literally flew through the MOT. So honestly, this is one of the best cars that I had. Like, the way it drives and all that is the closest car you get to a brand new car. So what happened was, I delivered the car to the customer myself, which is about an hour and a half away, and then 4 days later the customer called me saying that the car just stopped, it doesn't work anymore. Also, he said, well, okay, let's look around the car first, and then I'll tell you the full story when I get inside the car, because it's a bit windy out here. I'm just gonna have a quick look around the car to make sure everything is as it should. It didn't have this cuff, so this was not there, but I don't think there's anything I can do about it. I don't think these were there either. I mean, you'll probably see a video of the car I took from the customer as a part exchange, and it was shocking. It was so bad. That car was shocking, just shocking. The video probably is going to be up by tomorrow. I've pre-recorded that, but I just didn't get the chance to edit the footage. It didn't have this scuff, that's new. The front seems okay. I didn't even start the car, to be honest. I just grabbed the camera. The car is being delivered about an hour ago. I just got home now. I was out with my lady. So I'm just gonna give it a try now. But first I'm just gonna, got my scanner ready, so I'm gonna plug that in to see what's what. Sorry, I got a bad cough. Obviously this is all dirty already. Look at that. Oh, Jesus, people are just disgusting. I mean, you'll see the state of his car, and then you'll understand what I'm on about. Right, before I start the car, the full story. Sorry for the heavy breathing. So the customer called me 4 days later, saying that the car just stopped as he was going over a speed bump. Now at this point I asked him, were you speeding over the speed bump? Or he said, no, I was just going over the speed bump. Now another thing to bear in mind, when he done the test drive, there are some speed bumps on my road, so I had to warn him to slow down because he was going way too fast over the speed bumps, and he didn't pay for the car yet. So what I've done is, well, he also told me that there is battery light on, which I thought probably he left the car on, he left the lights on or something like that, and maybe that was the problem. And I recommended him to take the car to Halfords. It was just around the corner from him, so he took the car there. They couldn't have a look at it straight away, so he had to wait a couple of days. And the guy was like, oh, I want my money back, I want a refund, this is unacceptable. And me knowing that when I delivered the car was in perfect conditions, that there was nothing wrong with the car, there was nothing you can point at saying, yeah, I don't like this bit or that bit, or it makes a noise or anything like that. Nothing at all. The car was driving perfect. I'm not exaggerating. I say, listen, you're covered by the warranty, you don't need to worry about that. Let Halfords have a look at the car, see what the problem is. I know it's my mistake, I should have sent him to a proper garage and look for one, but that was the first thing that popped in my mind, because he called me about 5 o'clock in the afternoon or something like that, and I was just having a nap, so I just woke up and I was like, hold on a second, what's going on? Anyway, then Halfords had a look at the car, and the guy from Halfords said to him, the alternator is overcharging and it might be a problem with the gearbox. So they were not sure what the problem was. And also the guy said, if I was you, I would take the car back and ask for a refund. Now, at this point, I still don't know if it's something caused by the customer or what the problem is with the car. And I tried to get more details about what the problem is exactly, but the customer, he doesn't know anything about cars. I said to him, okay, explain me how the car drives. Well, it doesn't go over 50 miles an hour. I said, okay, is the gearbox changing gears? He said, yeah, it's changing gears, but it doesn't have any power. Okay. So what I've done, I called a few transmission experts in his area. They were all fully booked. We tried to take the car to a Ford garage. They could have a look at it only at the end of the month. And the customer was already pissed because he had to pay about 60 quid to get the car towed, which he tried to get off me, but that's your responsibility when you buy a used car. It's your responsibility to have a recovery company. You know, like you got AA and you pay like a monthly fee, something happens, they'll tow the car for you, blah, blah, and all that stuff. But the customer was keep pushing it. He wanted a refund. So this is not acceptable in a few days' time to have this problem. And then I gave him the facts. And the facts were, the car was driving perfectly. It's been inspected by Ford before he went to the auction, because I found the paperwork. It was inspected by my local garage. I drove the car. I'd done a few hundred miles in the car. I drove the car for about a week around here. Nothing wrong with it. Not even a single sign. Sorry, I've got a blocked nose. Got a bit of a cold. And I said to him, I was straightforward. I said, at this point, I don't even know if it's something wrong with the car or is something caused by you. Because you could have just launched the car over the speed bump. Oh no, you're trying to blame me, blah, 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 and all that stuff. He's basically a male Karen. And I could hear his wife telling him what to say in the background. And yeah, no, tell him to give us the money back and all that. And I tried to explain him, like, okay, put yourself in my situation. Would you just give a refund for a car without even having the car? Only because the customers keep demanding for it and all that. Well, I said, no, fair enough. Okay, what I'll do is I'll find a garage that can fix the problem. We'll take the car there. You don't need to worry about anything. You don't need to worry about paying for for them to get the car checked and all that stuff. I'll pay for everything. The only thing you have to do is you have to tow the car there. And you say, oh no, I'm going to spend another 60, 80 quid on this. This is unacceptable. I say, mate, it's your responsibility. You bought a used car, not a brand new car. So I found the garage in his area, which was literally like 2 miles away. I explained what the situation is. Also, I explained them and I asked them not to deal with the customer directly, deal with me. Tell me what the problem is. They agreed to do warranty work. Funny enough, they work with the same warranty company. They've done work for them in the past. They know all the process and everything. And the lady said, yeah, not a problem, not a problem. So they booked the car in. It was for a Tuesday morning. And I told the customer, say, oh, so what I'm going to do in this time? I don't have a car to get to work and all that. So, mate, sorry, I wish I could help you, but I can't help you, unfortunately. Maybe if he was nearby, I could have just given him one of my cars to use it for a couple of days. Honestly, I would have done that, probably. Because, honestly, I'm not in this business to scam people or things like that. In the meantime, I gave him the details of that garage. I told him it's booked in. You have to take the car there. They'll have a look at it. And they said they can fix the problem. They deal with gearboxes. They deal with everything. In the meantime, he phoned the garage. And he told the lady to deal with him and not with me. And he replaced the number in the system with his number. I found that out when I called them again, just to let them know that the customer is a bit late, because he was supposed to drop the car on Monday evening and he dropped it on Tuesday evening, and the car was booked in for Tuesday morning. Now, she told me, the customer said to put his number in the system, and I told them, no, please delete his number. I'll deal with the problem, because he doesn't know anything about cars. He knows the car's got 4 wheels and that's it pretty much. She said, okay, fair enough. We'll let you know after we have a look at the car, which didn't happen. They had the look at the car. They diagnosed the car. They said the same thing, that the alternator is overcharging, and they said there's something with the gearbox and only Ford can have a look at it. At this point, customer called me. No, I want my money back. I'm not taking the car to any other garage. And I found someone, in the meantime, someone who can fix any Fords, any gearboxes. They said, Chris, if there is a problem with it, we'll take the gearbox out, we'll put a brand new one in. Not a problem, we can fix everything. So this was on a Tuesday, and they booked me in for Thursday. I said to the customer, look, I'll arrange for the car to be taken there, but we have to wait a few more days. At which point he told me that he had to rent a car to get to work and back. And he was demanding me to pay for that, which again is not covered by anything, and this is his responsibility. I said, okay, you know what? As I gave him a very long message where I put all the facts, even the facts about his car. Because I took the car to the workshop. It needed new arms, new road ends, new brakes. And when I looked at his service history and on the MOT history, every other year he was changing road ends, link bars, arms and all that stuff, which tells me he's not a very careful driver. And the state of the car, guys, you're gonna see it in the video. The state of the car, it's unbelievable. I took the car because I was trying to help him, not because I was interested into that car. I was trying to be nice all the way, because they said they don't know what to do with the car. And at which point I said, okay, I'll deliver the car, I'll deliver your Ford, because they had a personalized number plate on that car, which was a shit box. They don't have money to fix the dents and everything, but they got money for a private plate, but that's another story. So I said, look, I'll deliver the Ford, and if your car is good, at least drivable, you know, I'll and a good price, I'll pay you for that, and I'll just come back buy that car. Now that car I paid for is 750. He wanted £1,000 for it, but the car was retailing for £4,000. So I thought I'll have a good profit into that car. But I'll give you the full story of that car on the next video. So at this point I said, you know what, I had enough of this. I'll give you a refund. Send me the V5. I'll send someone to collect the car from there. Send me the V5. As soon as I get the V5, I'll give you full refund. And he said, no, You have to give me a refund now, and then I'll send you the V5. I said to him, I can't give you a refund when you're still the legal owner of the car. It doesn't make any sense. So I even offered to give him a refund without even having the car. It's like you buy a new pair of jeans and you don't like them, and you expect the store to come and collect the jeans from your home and to give you a refund before that, from the moment you told them you don't want the jeans anymore. Anyway, so he came all the way from there to here first thing in the morning. He got here at 8:30 with the V5 and the paperwork to get the refund. Now at this point, and in a way, to be honest with you, I understand him, because I think he was very tight with the money. I could see on his bank account, because he was sitting like this on the driver's seat, and I was outside doing the transfer on my phone, and I could see he had £32 in his account. Now I understand when you struggle with the money and you get into situations like this, you don't act normal and you're quite desperate, which I understand, but there were other ways around it. I mean, if he was nice from the first time and reasonable, even explaining me what the problem is with the car, we could have sorted out much quicker, and he didn't have the problem. But he also doesn't have any sort of common sense, because let's think about it. You buy a 107,000 miles car, and then you get a brand new gearbox. You should be jumping up and down. I would have been over the moon to have a 107,000 miles car with a new gearbox. Now bear in mind, Jason, I mean, you know, everybody knows Jason from Tire Kickers. He helped me out. He called the customer himself after he's been to Halfords to calm the customer down, because he didn't want to talk to me anymore. He said just, oh, I want my money back, blah, blah, and all that. And I said to Jason, mate, honestly, I don't even know how to deal with this situation. The guy's angry. I got angry as well. We're not getting anywhere. And he said, look, give me his phone number. I'll step in and I'll see if I can advise him and talk to him and calm him down, which he did. He called me back 10 minutes later saying, yeah, the customer is happy to take the car to a second garage. And I was like, what, mate? Are you a wizard or something? I say, how the hell you managed to calm that person down? Because for me, it was impossible. I think I've tried about half an hour to explain him how the process is, how the procedure is, why I can't give him a refund straight away, and that sort of stuff. But he honestly saved my ass at that point. And that's it pretty much. That's the story. Sorry, I'm not a very good storyteller, but hopefully you got it. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to start the car and see how it drives and what the problem is, and then I'm gonna plug the diagnostic device, whatever it's called, and see if there are any errors. Maybe I can reset the gearbox. I've seen some videos on YouTube, and maybe it's just something that I can just reset it, and then let's see how it goes. Right, this is the moment of truth. Let me put the seatbelt on first, and let's see what happens. It starts. Transmission malfunction, service now. Okay, I can hear something from the engine. It doesn't sound right. It didn't have this noise before. It sounds like a timing chain. And it vibrates a little bit, the car vibrates. Okay. Alright, let's take it for a spin. And see what happens. Oh, my neighbor is coming. Yeah, so it doesn't change the gears. So it's stuck in the, I think it's the second. It just over revs. Let me see if I can put it into sport and then change it manually. Yeah, doesn't work. Okay, if I go a bit faster. Oh, it changed it now. And again, and it does have power. Wow, that's very strange. Okay. So maybe that's a good sign. Yeah, see, it goes up to 4,000 RPMs before it changes the gear. And then I'll try to reset the gearbox the way it showed on YouTube. But it drives. It's just that it changes the gear at a very high RPM. The temperature is okay. So there's lots of traffic around this time. So the first gear is changed on time, around 2,000–3,000 RPMs, and the second it only changes around 4,000 RPMs. So hopefully it's gonna be an easy fix. But even that, I'm probably not gonna retail the car. I'll probably just send it through the auction, or do it as trade sell. So it's not in limp mode. But also what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna quickly go to the garage and just ask the boys if I can lift the car up and have a look underneath to see if there is any sign of damage caused by the customer, because I still got the feeling that he launched the car over a speed bump. I don't know why I got this strong feeling that that's what happened, because like I said, the car was not giving any sign of having the problem with the gearbox or with anything else. It was driving as it should. The gearbox was very smooth, very smooth. I couldn't believe it's a Ford, and especially after hearing all the horror stories about the power shift. Also, another thing that might have happened, and that is, if you see the gearbox, you tend to put it all the way down to put into drive. That's what on normal cars is, but this one is on sport. And when you put it on sport, you have to change the gears yourself using the plus and the minus on the gear knob. And this guy probably put it like that and drove the car for a while in the first gear or in the second gear, and he made some damage and made the car go into limp mode. Right, so we lifted the car up, and this is the first thing we noticed. Damage under the car. And this looks fresh. It looks pretty fresh to me, because otherwise it would have been covered in dirt. But I think this is what the guy did. He launched it over the speed bump. So I don't know what to do now. I mean, shit happens. I gave him the refund already. The only thing I can do is just send him a nasty message. That's it, pretty much. Or get it to Ford and prove that he caused the damage, and then just sue the shit out of him. That's my only option. Right, so we plugged the tester at the garage. I just popped into the nearest garage here, because I know the guys, normally they do tuning on cars and that sort of stuff. They do all my work, like the brakes, suspensions, arms, and all those bits. We plugged it in. Obviously we looked under the car. The car has got damage underneath, so my theory turns out to be true. The guy launched the car over a speed bump. Now the guy said they're not experts in gearboxes, but they said it might have sent a shock to the gearbox, and that's why it gives you that error. Now it just we deleted the errors, and I'm just gonna take the car for a drive and see if it comes back, and hopefully it doesn't. So let's see. First gear, second's fine. At lower RPM then well, actually no, about the same. I'm gonna take it on the main road and see how it goes. I know this is gonna be a long video because I did a lot of talking in this video. And also I want to mention the reason why I called the customer a male Karen, and that is because it was so difficult to deal with. They were what is that guy doing? Jesus. He was acting entitled. In a way now I feel sorry that I gave him the refund without proper investigating what the problem is with the car. And obviously it's got damage underneath, and it looks fresh. It doesn't look like it's been there for hundreds of miles. It looks like it's just been done. And yeah, it was just difficult to deal with. And the thing is, he doesn't understand anything about cars. Basically he refused a brand new gearbox. So now he changed properly, even the third gear. Okay, let's have another try. Oh, this traffic. Third gear perfect. It drives absolutely perfect. I can't believe this. I honestly can't believe this. Oh. The garage quickly had a look at the alternator if it's overcharging, and they said it doesn't look like it's overcharging. So God knows what they were on about. It's normal. It drives normal. So looks like my feeling was right. I cannot believe this. Right, I'm gonna take it on the motorway and let's see how it goes. Right, so I'm just about to get on the motorway. So far the car drives well. It seems like clearing that error code has fixed the problem. And now I've got reasons to believe that it was caused by a shock. Putting my foot down a little bit. And it works as it should. Look, it drives normal, no error messages, no problems at all. It's got enough power. The gear change is smooth. Right, so I'm just about to get on the motorway. So far the car drives well. It seems like clearing that error code has fixed the problem. And now I've got reasons to believe that it was caused by a shock. Putting my foot down a little bit. And it works as it should. Look, it drives normal, no error messages, no problems at all. It's got enough power. The gear change is smooth. So I've just been for a long drive. The car, it drives as it should. Hopefully it will stay like this. Honestly, at this point I don't know what to do with the car. Should I resell it? Should I put it through the auction? Should I trade sell the car? Honestly, I don't know. You guys let me know in the comment section below, what should I do with this car? As I don't know just yet. Should I go after the customer for launching the car over the speed bump and putting the gearbox into limp mode or safe mode or whatever that is? Obviously I've got all the proofs needed for that. I got his old car service history. I got proofs that he's been launching cars over speed bumps as a habit, and then I've got this one. So don't know, let me know what you think, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.